flaky.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonkist.
The flakiest werewolf game around.
Someone just do the fucking intro, please.
So hi everybody.
Anytime, Sheepy.
I'm gonna fucking cry. Like,
It's my fault we're late. It's not Vandy's fault. It's my
no,
fault.
okay, listen, first of all, I was like second in the call, okay, today,
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
last week I was first in the call.
That's true. Except for
So,
I was there first.
That's a lie.
And welcome to Moonkist, a werewolf 20th edition TTRPG, where these lovely people talk about the flakiness of what I'm assuming is again a croissant, which is not a croissant.
It is actually a
no,
croissant
it's
this
an actual
time.
croissant. It's just not crescent shaped.
No, it is. No, that's a croissant. Yeah. You're right.
She's
It's so
learning,
good.
everyone.
Fuck you guys, honestly. Like, you know what?
I like bullying Vandy.
I'm-
Is that a thing we can do more often?
No, I do it all the time. Any show we're in together, I just bully Vandy.
Please.
Oh man.
I'm a professional victim of bullying.
So we should probably do intros, and seeing as Tash is drinking, Tash.
Oh.
I'm gonna cough now real quick. Hi, I'm Tashna. I do variety content like Subnautica and makeup and hanging out with cats. That doesn't sound like a cat lady thing at all. I'm a crazy cat lady, but I have 2 dogs too. And I'm going to be playing Ulysses, who is much more put together than I am. And I probably need to take a few breaths. So, moving on, shall we?
Moving onwards to someone who's eating, Vandy, and also Persephone.
Yeah, of course. Right. Hi, I'm Percy. Well, I'm Vandy, but I play Percy, who is definitely just as much of a mess as I am. And yeah, she was running. We were getting a bison. And last week I drank turtle water.
You did.
Yeah. So it's been a good time. It's been a good time. More turtle water.
There's, Did you empty the shell? I actually can't remember that part.
It was put to the side.
But
I think there was a
Oh,
little
well,
left.
Like
going
halfway
to some
done, I
sort
want to
of
say.
I think there was like a small amount left.
There was a little bit left because I wanted the rest of them to try it because
Yeah.
it tasted fun, and then I was gonna drink it when I came back because
I kind of like
nothing's happened to
licked
me
the
yet.
bowl a little bit to taste it, just
Mhm.
instead of like sniffed it.
I think
kind
you
of.
sniffed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving onwards to the bowl sniffer, Tessichka, and also Whisper.
Bowl sniffer is a new label. Interesting.
You're welcome.
Thank
You
you.
can put it on your resume, on your Twitter bio. I don't know why you would, but you could.
Hey, my nose works. My mouth also now sort of kind of works. Yeah, I'm Tessichka. I am actually going to have a regular schedule on my channel again soon. That will be more than one day. I'll be talking about that later tonight. Yeah, I stream like looters and shooters and story games. I love story games and Souls games like Dark Souls and stuff like that. And I am very obsessed with cats and lizards. There's a lizard back there. Sometimes it looks like he's crawling out of my brain. There's a lizard in my brain. My brain is totally messed up. That's me.
Naughty confirmed. Tessa,
Where we all are
is-
today so far.
a lizard person, control the world. Oh God.
And finally, Josh, and also North.
I am not muted, and
That's true.
I'm Josh. I stream, make YouTube videos about vampires. Today on stream, I animated robots getting crushed by consoles. So that was fun. Took 3 hours, and the end result is about 10 seconds. But yeah, I also make games. If you enjoy smashing robots, climbing into the danger zone, that's me. But North, True North, sleeps like a cow.
Yeah.
And I will not give you context for that.
He's also currently
I'm
aura-
riding that bison.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's currently orally attached to a bison via the butt.
Okay.
I chew on the butt.
So, last week we met our werewolves. We found out that they live in a secluded area in Canada, off in the middle of nowhere in the wilderness, protecting a cave that we didn't clarify. I imagine you've all at some point seen the deeper part of the cave where the thing you're protecting is, but I'm sure we'll go into that at some point. Just so you know, it won't surprise you when you go, what the fuck is that? You will have actually seen it before. However, most of the day-to-day is survival and patrolling the territory that the pack occupies. And currently, they are hungry, which is why they hunted down a herd of bison. On the way, also a squirrel, who was unfortunate enough to get snuck up upon and then, like, basically pile drived by Whisper. It was like a shark, just straight up in the air and straight down and just like snapped neck, which North then ate. They found the herd and decided to report back. Slept through the night. There was a dream, which Persephone had, which ended with, well, when Persephone woke up, there was like a big turtle shell that she ripped off a misty figure in her dream that was then on the floor next to her, which she proceeded to drink. And I may need help clarifying this because I can't 100% remember and my notes are not in front of me for this. I think it was salty with a sweet aftertaste when you were a human, and then sweet with a salty aftertaste when you were... It was the other way around, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the other way around. Yeah.
But
so
refreshing nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. More refreshing as a wolf.
Yes. And finally, they went out kind of early morning. Once the snow, the blizzard had stopped and the storm had stopped, and went on the hunt. Managed to locate the herd of bison that were moving together, like off away from the territory. Crept around them and then started to chase them and bark and kind of harass them, trying to get a few to break off, until North was like, I'm hungry. So jumped on one of them, affixed his teeth to its rear end, is currently riding it like a rodeo bull, I guess. And the current plan is, I have notes for this. Persephone and North on the group going east, trying to take down a full big one for themselves. West?
Whispering, we have a drawing on Roll20.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all going towards the western one.
So we,
Yeah.
North and Whisper were on the west group. And Yui and Percy were heading that way because North's being a bit dramatic. And there was a small baby cow.
Yes.
Cow bison on that side too. So we're gonna have a baby cow and the big one that North's.
Wait, so you're all going to the west, like break off of the herd?
Yes.
Yeah, because they split off into two, so now we got one of the smaller groups.
Right. In that case, my notes are wrong. But yes, from what I remember, Percy and North were going for a big one to take like a biggie down, and then Ulysses and Whisper are going for a slightly smaller one, which is not quite as formidable.
Yeah, I got Percy to help North at the end, and then.
Okay. Good. In that case, there we are. Shall we continue where we left off?
Yes.
No.
Apparently, you're also potentially a little quiet
I am.
Compared to the music.
compared to the music.
Oh, I can fix that. Although that's too loud now. There we go. I can fix that. Okay, so the current state we have is one like almost 50% of the herd, but you know, give or take, has split off and is heading kind of south to the east. The other side, which is the one that you're all concentrating on, have split more to the west, and they've kind of like moved away from each other, kind of going through the trees and the snow. With North on the back of one of them in direwolf form, which is slightly larger, slightly more wild, you know, kind of still very, very wolf-like, but a bit more monstrous as well. Also slower and stronger. There's a bit of a trade-off. The rest of you are currently doing a mix of like bouncing and plowing through the deep snow as these bison are going. The last order was for Persephone to help out North and try and take out that big one that North is attached to. And right at the end, I believe, a couple of the weaker, smaller ones, a couple of like small little adolescent bison, let's say, and older, like elderly bison, which aren't quite as fast, had like split off and gone off on like their own panicked like little canter, and I think Whisper and Ulysses were going after them.
Yeah. So I'm like running to catch up to North and
Yeah,
who
that
was
kind
attached
of
because I was on the opposite side. I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah, just kind of like you
No pressure.
you split off, and as you run, it's kind of that like doggy, wolfy, like kind of bouncy through deep snow. The bison which you were kind of like corralling start to go further east because you're kind of holding them on more of a southern path. They like start heading more east and like moving away from the direction of the river and that, and they're kind of going off in like a wolves aren't this way direction.
Yeah.
North, I think for now you'll be on the bison butt. We'll come back to you momentarily.
I agree.
Unless you have anything specific you'd like to... I will say you probably can't, from this position, take it down. Just purely because it's quite a large... It's a full adult bison. It's even in...
It's a full butt.
Yeah.
I'm content to ride this until it's over.
Just gonna ride the wave and see where it
Yeah.
goes.
No, we'll see what happens.
If this was like a stag or a deer, anything, you know, along those lines, you're big enough to take those things down by yourself. You gotta look out for the, you know, the horns if they have the antlers, if they have antlers and stuff. But with a bison, they're a lot sturdier and they're a lot more kind of, you know, larger. Even in your direwolf state, it's a bit bigger, a bit kind of like than you. So for Ulysses and Whisper, there are 3 who've broken off. 2 of them are kind of like a bit more agile, but like not as sturdy, not as big. They're obviously kind of adolescent, not yet full adults, and they're kind of going off with one behind, a little bit smaller than them, looks kind of more elderly and like a bit decrepit and moving slower and kind of like stumbling a little bit more as you're like watching them and preparing to break off if you do break off.
Okay. So I think we're still. I think you was gonna want to go for one of the adolescent ones.
They're a little bit bigger, but they're not as imposing as like a full male or female adult bison.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna follow Yuli's lead. She's my boss. Go where she goes.
So while you see reasonably enthusiastic Persephone like bouncing behind North, who is, as has previously been stated, affixed to the rump of a bison. At the same time, Ulysses like breaks off and starts following the path behind of the elderly bison and the two adolescents, and like almost in synchronization with that movement, you immediately have Whisper at the like rear right paw of Ulysses, like following along. We will roll this. Give me a dexterity athletics, both of you, please.
Okie dokie.
I don't think you'll have much trouble with this, although they did roll off. Fucking hell.
Tiny question.
Yeah.
Do I need to have beast selected?
Yes. You're all currently in your. Give me a sec. I want to remember what it's called.
Beast.
I think it's
Is it just called Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a bunch of in between ones, but there's Hamid and Beast.
Yes.
Those are the ones that.
Yeah. So currently you'd all be on your Beast, which gives you more dexterity, which is why you both rolled so freaking well.
Did I just roll twice back?
You did roll. We'll ignore the second. Unfortunately, it is better, but
It's fine.
we'll ignore the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. Ulysses, with that roll, you can pull ahead a little bit. Like Whisper won't be able to quite keep up, but like that's a really good roll, and you got 2 10s. So if you'd like, you can position yourself in such a way that if you manage to startle or scare these 3 bison, they'll actually split off. You think you can make them split off separately from each other and just focus on one.
Yeah.
So you effectively like dart and like shoot forward, and Whisper like speeds up but is almost taken by surprise by your speed and is like following behind, like just on the outside of these 3 bison, but you like cut in front of the elderly one and in between the 2 adolescents. So you're kind of like right in between all 3 of them in the center. If you'd like to make a move to like,
Oh.
Technically it's not used for this, but you do have one of your abilities.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I
Well,
think that would
Yeah, okay.
be good, and then hopefully it will benefit my pack as well.
Yes, let me just take a look at it quickly, because it's not used for this, but you have it and it makes sense.
Kind of is. It's in the description.
So you have Call of the World.
Yeah.
Which is you can send your howl a lot further than the normal range of hearing and imbue it with emotion, stirring the hearts of fellow Garu and chilling the bones of all others. You roll stamina and empathy. Number of successes determined how far away the call could be heard. Double the normal range for each success. Oh god, okay. and how stirring it is to those who hear it. We won't worry about the different types of howls for now.
Okay. I did have them written down.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you think I am? I'm the note taker here.
Okay. Yeah, that is true. So if you'd like to roll that, please.
That was summon empathy. You changed my page.
Apologies.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Should have worn my contact lens. Oh, I put that to 5. It's meant to be 6. I'm sorry. Because I didn't change the difficulty from when I last did it.
Okay. You may re-roll 3 if you'd like. You do have 3 failures technically.
I don't really need it to go to like 20 million miles.
No, but there are other benefits you can use with this howl, if you get more successes.
Oh, but great, let's cause some trouble, shall we? I got a 1 and
2 more successes.
2 more successes.
That makes it 7. So, as you're kind of like running, and you can hear like the snorts of panicked bison like from all directions. You're still kind of like keeping pace with them and running quite quickly. You just raise your head and just let out this kind of
Ow!
Yes.
There you go. Great soundbite for you there, Josh.
My God.
Perfect.
Which resonates with the other 3 of you. If you would like to join in the howl, you may. It will be stamina. What is it? Stamina and empathy?
Yeah.
Stamina and empathy. Actually, sorry, it would be stamina and expression for you guys.
An expression.
Yeah. Okay, 2 successes. Let's have a look here. You can re-roll if you would like, Whisper.
What does this do?
Good things.
You're just kind
Okay.
of it's part of the hunt. It's part like you're all sharing each other's thoughts currently still.
Okay, I'll reroll. Did we get back our willpower from last time?
I am not 100% sure how it works in Werewolf. I will say take back if you have gone down willpower, take back a willpower for now, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I think I was at 4 before, and then I used 2 last time.
Yeah. So take it back up to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna use 1 to. So all right. So what do I do? Just
roll 3d10.
thank you.
I rolled as well, and I got 4
Got
successes.
4 successes. Yes. Okay. So
Ow!
I'm assuming you're not, unless you want to jump off and north. It's like a little bit of mumbled growling, like when your dog has like a sock or something, you're trying to take it away, and they're just growling at you.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh.
And there's a soundbite for you, Tash. Okay, so for those of you who heard the howl, it was a very good howl. Everyone take a rage.
I heard my own howl. Does that count?
No.
Okay, so does rage have a cap, or is it like it just keeps going up?
It just keeps going up.
Okay.
20 is the cap, I assume, because that's how many dots there are.
And
So it's not like there's like caps on gnosis, willpower, and rage. It's just there's a number and we get them and we lose them kind of thing. Okay. Noted.
I think there might be a cap, but I don't know what it is.
It is, yeah.
Unknown.
It's fine. We'll go with it as it is. And for those of you who joined in the howl, which would be all three of you, excluding North, take a willpower.
Cool.
And additionally, the howl has the effect of startling all three of the bison in different directions. So they kind of and like kind of move away to each side, and the one behind like stumbles a little bit and falls behind. Okay. All right. Okay. So the one, the elderly one at the rear, like properly stumbles and kind of like almost stops completely. The one on the left like breaks off and kind of speeds up a little bit, like the power of adrenaline and fear like moving it on. The one on the right actually properly stumbles and kind of slows down and starts not limping, but you know, almost limping, slows down, and yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay, it's a good choice.
I'm gonna help her.
So, to give you both a couple of ideas to think about. When hunting, wolves very often go for legs on things like deer and things like that. Ultimately, the goal is the jugular.
Yeah.
You go for the neck, and then you cut off the air supply. With something like a bison, especially the older, like the adult bison, it can be reasonably dangerous because of the horns and that type of thing. But once you get them down, you tend to be good. So your objective will be harass it, get it down, and then probably go for the throat, unless you see a better option to you. For now, we'll switch over to North and Persephone. While you have a little bit of a think, feel free actually to, if you want, just have a chat with what your tactics to be, you know. And keep in mind that this can be like, even though you're not having the chat, if you want to do it in like the Discord, you are connected by the mind, so you could like technically strategize a little bit in character, yeah, even if we can't hear it. So North and Persephone, you're still chasing the herd. The one that North is on is definitely more panicked than the majority of them. They're still kind of sticking together mostly. And they're slightly heading for the frozen river, but...
Okay. I'll probably be like bouncing behind and kind of like mind linked with North.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, North! You hanging on there, buddy?
It's mind.
You know,
it's
your
mind.
mind. That's not how it works.
I do an out loud sound like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can use brain things.
It's the first time North has ever used a brain thing.
First time for everything.
There's a river up north, up ahead. They're all kind of going towards it. Want me to move them around from it, or?
Well, yes. I don't know. How are we gonna take this one down? I'm not letting go, otherwise it'll run away.
Let me try to bite at its legs. Alright, trying to get up close.
Get kicked in the face.
Well, I'll get a little further up ahead first and try to like trip it up or something.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna try to get up ahead, in almost like beside the bison, but a little ahead, and try to bite at its front legs.
Okay. That will, like, if you're nipping at its rear legs, then it's going to have a harder time getting at you. But kind of nipping at its front legs means you'll have to come from the side, which means it'll be much easier. Even if it like panics and does it accidentally, you're at more of a risk of like getting trampled and.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
I want to trip it. I want to trip it up before, so that because North is on the back.
Yeah.
So if North can hold on to the back and I trip up the front, then hopefully it doesn't do like a bicycle flip thing.
No, it like lands on North.
Yeah. But instead it would like kind of slow him down, like almost like break the front leg so that it just kind of like he drops.
Yeah. It'll like to make it trip will definitely be very difficult. But even slowing it down, if you're coming from the front and you manage to avoid its everything, like, yeah, that'll definitely slow it down better than kind of like harassing it from behind, like trying to nip its rear legs. Okay, so let's go for in this instance, I would say I'm gonna ask for 2 rolls because part of it will be dexterity and athletics.
Okay.
Which will be basically nipping in and out and trying to harass it and trying to get at those front legs. The other part will be wits and brawl. Basically judging the right moments to nip in and nip out.
Okay, so here goes the chomp. Dexterity athletics.
Okay.
3 successes. And then let's do this. Count me in, coach.
Okay.
I might want to reroll some of those.
You may reroll
3?
3 on either or both.
Okay.
If you like.
3d10, right?
Which one are you re-rolling on?
On the second one.
Count me in, coach. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the
That's 1 more success, so 2 successes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the timing of it, and then chomp is my chomping.
How successful you are. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'd say is it's possible to slow him down and like get him away from the herd. But you're not going to take him down with this unless you're willing to really commit, and that's going to put you into a position of
like danger.
So he's like, if you want to take him down, you see an opportunity where you can get in and you can like actually grab onto one of his legs properly, but you're also aware in the same instant that it's gonna leave you open to him like doing something in that instant. Yeah, it's gonna come down to like how panicked he is. And
so, but if I leave it at this, it would slow him down at least.
It'll get him away from the herd. Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna latch onto this thing. You know what? I'm just gonna go. So what do I do?
The rolls you've done are enough to have that be in effect. What happens now is he's gonna That is 2 successes because apparently I'm rolling like ass. So please roll me a stamina brawl.
stamina brawl.
Again, which is basically your tenacity holding on to this.
Okay.
Pretty crap.
Ooh, 8 successes, 2 10s.
Freaking werewolves, man.
I'm just a wee old pup.
So yeah, you like his horn, his like head comes down to kind of try and gore you, and you know, just try and get you off him as he's still running, and his like the top of his head, the horns go either side of your body, and his head like rams into you, but that has no effect. Like you don't get pushed away. You feel the impact, but it doesn't hurt or anything, which means that your mouth is still chomped onto his leg as he's still trying to run, and he's kind of like toppling a little bit, and then his head gets stuck with his horns on either side of your body, and he can't like wrench out, so he just goes like kind of twisting and tumbling over the side. North, if you'd like, you have an opportunity to like delatch and jump off before you're kind of tumbled into this thing, because you're getting like these mental images from Persephone of what she's doing and how it's going, so you see that it's about to start into a tumble.
Can I describe exactly what he sees?
Absolutely.
Okay, you see a series of pictures of like there's like a branching of like what options are you gonna do, like if this then that, and there's like a do I go for the safe route or do I say fuck it, let's like go ham? And there's just like a slight going this way and it goes boom like into the go ham part and then chomp. And also the horns and everything. Yeah, so.
Once I see the chomp, I'm like, okay, my job's done. And I let go. I'm like, woo!
Do you want to stay direwolf as you're going, by the way?
I do, yes. Yeah. I think my plan is once this bison has gone head over heels, I'm gonna go for the throat.
Go straight for the throat. So that's what happens is, as like if you weren't connected by mind, I'd have you do like a dexterity athletics roll or something to see if you can, you know, detach in time. With that like pre-warning, it's enough that you can just go like, yep, know what's happening, off, and then go. So it's actually gonna be, I will ask for a dexterity athletics for your speed of how quickly you get in on this. And Persephone, I'll ask for the same from you as well.
Dexterity athletics?
Yeah, it's basically, I want to see which of you kind of reacts quicker once the tumble happens.
Ooh.
Absolutely equal. Interesting. You may re-roll if you like,
but heads and it gets away.
Oh no.
So what I'll pose for you both is you both, Persephone, you haven't kind of stated your intentions yet. Are you also wanting to get that throat and get the kill, or are you more like, I'll leave this part to North?
I'm probably preoccupied with like gnawing on this leg, to be honest.
Okay.
So I'm probably just like, and then like I almost like expect North to go for the kill because he's the bigger one. So like while I'm stocky, I can hold this bison down and he can just go in for the kill.
Okay. In that case, North, you kind of spring to the side as you land on the ground, and immediately, like as the bison is tumbling over, with Persephone like still on the leg, like flipped up into the air, still kind of gnawing on it and holding it, like restricting its movements a little bit. So we'll actually move this down to a 5 for this, which I realize is silly because I know North's stats. It'll be a strength brawl as you like dart in for the jugular of this large creature. Wow,
such butt, very bite.
You may re-roll if you want.
I
You got
don't.
how many dice is that? 10, 8?
That
12?
is 12 dice at least.
12 dice,
Good
two
lord.
ones, 1 10. Yeah, if you'd like to re-roll, you can.
Nah, Chunky Boy gonna just rip the throat out of this bison.
Okay, so that's
4.
3,
Or 3.
So yeah, you like dart in and immediately like your large because you're in direwolf form. Is it called Hispo? Is that the name of it?
I think so.
I think it's this.
Yes.
You're like much larger muzzle and teeth and it's very suited to killing, not so much like hunting because it's not as fast and everything. But like comes in and like goes around and on top of the bison's neck as it starts to struggle. I'm gonna need you both to roll me stamina brawl, please.
Three successes.
Jesus. This guy wants to die, apparently.
Fuck. Is that one success from him?
Oh.
4.
Jeez.
You may re-roll if you want, either of you, but he does get 1 success, yes.
I'm just gonna hold on with that.
Okay.
Yep. Gonna hold on.
So it's getting weaker and it's kicking and struggling, but Percy holding onto its leg and kind of like dragging at its leg, you know, that kind of like wolfy doggy tug action is severely like limiting, and the air is cut off around its throat, so it's like seems to be getting towards the end. We'll do one more round. There we go.
Oh, jeez. I got 6.
You got 6.
I got 3.
As before, you may re-roll if you like.
I think I probably should at this point, right?
I'm gonna re-roll.
Is that 3 for 1 willpower again?
3 for 1 willpower. Persephone, you can re-roll 3, yes. And North,
Okay.
you definitely can re-roll 3.
Hey.
Jeez.
Wow. I get 9.
Yeah. Eventually, after a couple, like maybe 10 to 20 more seconds, like the struggling stops, the kicking stops, and North, you feel it like fade away as you're like holding on to it. The like pressure from it trying to breathe, and just like the tension, like you can feel in your mouth from like gripping onto its neck, just eases off and it goes limp, and you have a big adult dead bison in front of you.
Can I rip the leg off that I'm holding?
You could try.
Like with that doggy, like.
Like you could give it a go. It would be probably just your strength. So that would be like yeah, just your strength on that one.
Okay.
And also like a difficulty of 8.
Okay, just strength. Okay. And difficulty of 8.
Yes.
No successes.
You kind of give it a yank and you hear like a little kind of click or something, but the leg stays on.
I'm just having fun with it now. Then I'm just like.
And we will shift over to Ulysses and to Whisper.
Okay. Well, we had a little plan.
Okay.
So, Whisper's gonna head to the side which it's limping on. So if it's like its left or something. but
Right,
she's on-
yeah, front.
She's on the
right
right side. And I'm gonna head to the left side and try grab one of. I think I'm gonna try to grab the front leg,
Okay.
and I hope Whisper's gonna grab the back leg.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grab the back leg. I'm just like following her lead. We're mind to mind, and I'm just like "Rawr." I'm like super excited, and I like jump and I just like latch on to the hamstring of this thing. Like, "Rawr."
Okay. In that case, we will get dexterity brawls of both of you, please. I'm assuming you're not trying to take it down.
Not yet. I'm just trying to get the front leg a little bit.
Yeah,
further.
I'm just trying to get the hamstring like borked.
You're not like going in, grabbing the leg and like sticking to it in the kind of like trying to take it. It's more like going in and trying to like harass it and nip at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweep the leg.
I got 3.
3. Nice. You can reroll if you like.
Yeah, I'd like to do some damage to this.
Okay.
I'm definitely rerolling that.
It's fair. So 4 total. And that's an extra success for Whisper. All right.
This is why we picked a small cow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, as you both like dart in simultaneously, Ulysses, you kind of like go in and go for like the front left hoof leg of this bison, Whisper for the back rear one, and you can see it kind of like react to you, Ulysses, because you're in the front, and it kind of like shifts slightly, but you kind of like jump to the side and still come in at the same like angle where you can't be targeted at the same point as where Whisper like comes in from the rear and just like sinks her teeth quickly into the back leg and kind of rips away quickly and darts off. So the bison, which was kind of like focusing on you, then like moves to the other side, then you come in and like do a similar action on its leg, and then like dart away. And like you maintain that distance that you're at, and it kind of like slows down a bit and like shifts from side to side as it's trying to deal with both of you, which actually like brings it to almost a stop. And you're kind of like in this situation where like it's moving forward very slightly, but you're both like perched at both ends of it, like a safe distance away. Probably like circling it very slightly as it moves, and it's kind of sitting there like, you know, eyes a bit wild and like breath coming out in kind of like.
Well, it's time to kill a cow.
I'm just like standing, like kind of like circling a little bit and like growling at it, like. "Arr, arr, arr."
I think Yui's, she's not the best at this, but she's gonna give it a go. She's gonna try and harass it a little bit from the front, I guess.
Yeah.
And if it whips around, probably try grab its leg again, or if it doesn't, then it's hopefully not getting gored time. for
Okay.
Me.
I'm gonna
Because
try
if
to.
it runs back, then it's the like Percy and North are there as well.
Yeah,
So
and
it's-
keep in mind as well, like as Ulysses is describing what she's doing, you receive these images in your head, Whisper, so you know what Ulysses is planning, and you can react to that as well.
Yeah, I think as she goes for the front, I'm also gonna go for that back leg again, the same one that I went for before,
Same
and
one?
just try to
Okay.
like
that would be
do more
helpful.
damage.
All right.
Okay.
Same rolls then. I'm assuming again you're not going for the takedown, you're going for harassment.
Yeah. I like to
Sure.
get it on the floor first.
2 successes.
Oh, 5 successes.
4 successes. No, 5 successes
5.
for me. Would anyone like to reroll?
Yeah. I know I'm like re-rolling a lot, but
I'm gonna run out of willpower.
I want this cow.
I'm gonna not.
Keep in mind your rolls against, like when you're rolling against a herd, you're obviously like trying to deal with a big entity. One-on-one, you both are working together against this thing, so your rolls together do count. The thing is like, so with your total of 7 successes, you will succeed against the success roll of 5. It just will take longer to deal with.
We're really hungry. So
Fair enough. Jeez.
we're real hungry. 3 months success sticks.
And that's 2 10s as well. Okay. Whisper, do you want to re-roll or?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Who needs willpower anyway?
Oh, 1.
Another success. Okay. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11 total. Ulysses, holy crap. So what happens is Ulysses, you like dart in at its head, and it kind of like whips round at you with like slightly smaller horns.
Babby horns.
And this like little braying of warning of kind of like, I know what you're doing there, stay back. However, as it does that, Whisper kind of like receives that information and like nips in and goes for that same injured leg that she kind of ripped at and tore out before. And the second she goes in and does that, the reaction of the younger bison is like to try and turn around, while at the same time like reacting in pain where its head goes up, and you realize that you can actually like dart in and like kind of go straight for the neck and bring it down at the same time because it's like off tilt.
Mm-hmm. Then that's what she's doing.
Okay.
Going in.
I will roll over slightly your successes, like, so the difficulty will be like a 4.
Okay.
But it will be strength brawl.
Strength brawl, where'd my rolls go? This sheet is giant. Strength brawl.
Just a side question for Persephone and North. What are your plans? Are you going to immediately start eating, or are you going to head over to like? Just wondering what you're gonna do. I'ma kill it. I like that roll.
We'll probably like send a little message, so just being like, "We got him!" Like happy images of, dead bison kind of thing. That's pretty much it. Like right now I'm just kind of like still rolling around pulling at this thing's leg, so.
Okay, but there's no like kind of immediate intention to eat. It's more
No.
Okay.
I think the plan is to take this whole thing home as a prize.
Okay.
Drag it that far?
In that case, I would say North. Could you please roll me a perception alertness, please? And yeah, Ulysses, you dart in and you like kind of like projectile throw yourself at its throat. Whisper, would you like to act in this moment, or are you just going to keep harassing the leg?
I'm gonna try to like hamstring this thing
Okay.
while she's killing it. Yeah.
All right. In that case, could you roll me let's go with Dexterity Brawl. Unless if you want to go Strength Brawl, you can. It'll be more effective in assisting, but it involves you getting more, like, there's a possibility of a leg, like, catching you as it kicks and struggles.
I'll just do Dexterity Brawl. Wow.
That's a lot of ones right there.
Jeez.
You can re-roll 3 if you'd like.
It's my last willpower. Okay, fine.
I can tell you with -1 success, you're gonna get clonked 1.
Yeah, okay.
So. And that's all the ones re-rolled, so you're now no minuses, so I think that will take you to it would be back to 2 and then 2 successes, so it will take you to 4 successes total.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Yeah. Which means there's some struggling and there's some kicking, but with this being a younger one, a bit smaller, it's not as much food on it. It would make a decent meal for 2 of you. It would be like an amazing meal for 1 of you, and for 4 of you it would sate hunger. But you take down this young one. The rest of them are running and carrying on. They're not like gone. So, but
Are they're heading
like further away, and
are they heading like, because we turned them to head back into our territory, right? I know.
Kind of, but the thing is like without being actively like herded and shepherded, they're not going to like, you know, just let's run across this, you know, they're going off. They're kind of going back together as a herd, as like the two halves, like one set of them start heading over towards the other set, and technically speaking, you may be able to scare a couple of others away if you like all get back on it and keep going, but no guarantees, and it will take time and effort, so it's down to you. Like, there's always the possibility of like another predator coming along and picking up this, or like, you know, stealing a snack off you or whatever.
Someone did a big arrow, so
You did a very big arrow.
I think I think Yui's idea is that we'll have the small bison to eat now, and then we'll take the large one back to treat and save.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're all hungry. We've been hunting, and before that we were hungry, so
Yeah.
Good.
That's the plan.
North, like down south, towards your territory, you see like a figure moving, basically. Kind of like it's kind of like close-ish to where the bison were originally heading towards the river. Just kind of like in between the trees, walking through the snow. Like kind of.
I'm gonna send a message to everyone. It's like, we're done? There's someone over there.
I immediately look up. Where?
Down south.
I'm looking down south.
I like think to Yuli, should I go check it out? Because I can sneak.
Yeah, we've got obviously north's chunky.
So I'm just gonna like take a bite out of this bison because I'm hungry. So I'm like my mouth is already on him, so I'm literally just like, and then I like slink away in that general direction.
You wanna
like,
you wanna kind of like go in an eclipse around it, and kind of like come from the side sneakily.
Yeah.
Okay. Pardon me. Please roll me. Oh. Okay. Sorry, something just occurred to me, and I was like, oh, interesting. Please roll me a dexterity and stealth. 4 successes. So this will be... that.
It's like I'm still chewing on the piece of bison in my mouth. Like, no.
Yeah, we'll save for some.
Yeah. And I'm assuming the other two of you want to like drag the big. Do you want to drag the big bison to them? It's not super like it's not a massive trip. It'll take you like 5 minutes.
You mean the small bison?
No, the big bison.
Yeah, well, I'll start dragging it over. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the both of you, I won't require a roll. It'll just take a little bit of time.
Okay.
Yep.
And in that time, Whisper, you've kind of like crept up on this figure. As you get closer, you see that he's pretty tall guy, like maybe 6'3", 6'4", like very ragged clothes, and I'm not talking just like, you know, it's not just like a little bit frayed, you know, like frayed jeans or something. It's like proper like holes and bits missing. Like kind of a big fuzzy jacket that's, you know, is a bit warmer, a bit less frayed, and not as many holes in it. He's got like a necklace with a whole load of like teeth dangling from it. Well, what look like teeth at least. Got kind of quite a short but messy beard, like obviously not groomed, and he's like supporting his movement through the snow with like a staff. I say staff. It's kind of like a long stick about as tall as him, with like little curls coming off at the top, almost like do you know a cheese string?
Kind of.
Yeah, so it's like all split at the top and like curling round. Please roll me a perception and I'm going to say alertness here.
Ooh.
And please also roll me a perception and empathy as well, please. Oh, nice. Again, you can reroll. Wait, can you? Did you use the last?
No,
reroll?
I'm out of willpower.
Well, that's fine. So, in these kind of like little curls of wood, which, as you look at them, they don't seem to have been like, you know, it doesn't seem like someone found wood and put it all, you know, kind of slotted it all together. It seems to be like naturally formed or something. In one of them is like this little strange kind of beaded spider web that's like stuck in the curls. That's basically the impression you get of it, is beaded spider web. So,
Interesting.
and you can also tell that his body language is very like probably the equivalent of like no threat here, not a problem, being chill, being relaxed, not looking for a fight. Like that's the vague impression you get of him as he's walking.
I'm gonna mentally send all of this to the other three
Okay.
and be like, you guys recognize this guy? I don't know what this is about.
Wait.
He doesn't look like too much of a threat.
Do I recognize like the staff by any chance?
I don't think so.
It's just a dude with a staff. Like
It's,
a dude. There's a dude in a staff or with a staff from my dream. So
Yeah. Like it was in the mist. You never saw the person. You never saw the staff. So you saw the outline shadow in the mist, but you never saw enough details to like like, you can totally make a connection there if you like, but I can't affirm it or deny it.
Okay. I would kind of send back just a mental kind of thing to whisper, saying, there was a dude with a staff in my dream. Maybe I made this guy happen too. Or well, because it's wolf. Oh no, we can actually speak like normally with our brains instead.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty much normally, yeah.
Okay, so
There's I will say there's a certain like the more you stay a wolf, the more you think a wolf. So like at the moment, you are still very cogent, you can think human, you can act human, you know, even as a wolf. If you were to spend like a week as a wolf, you would eventually go down to like monosyllabic anyway. Just because
yeah.
form in some way dictates thinking.
I think I'm gonna like run in front of him so he sees me
Okay.
and just see how he reacts. Kind of. Just kind of like peek out and then vanish again, kind of in the snow, just like to see if he already knew I was there or like knows that we're there, like what he does.
Yeah. When you kind of like peek out and move back, he stops when he sees you. His expression doesn't change. It seems to be like reasonably serene and calm. Let's see how he does with this. So this will be you can't really tell. It seems like he's like there's a moment where he's like kind of shifting his body and kind of like moving his head, but you can't really get anything off that. And then he crouches down and like lays his staff on the snow.
Oh.
And just kind of like folds his hand up into his lap as he's kind of like crouched down, like, you know, kind of like sitting on his heels type crouch down. And he stays there like with his eyes in the direction of where you went back into the.
Okay. I think I'm gonna come back out slowly, and I'm like sending back what I'm doing, and
Okay.
you guys stop me if you think I should do anything differently. But I'm gonna come because he seems like he's not super threatening, so
He's quite
I'm
tall.
gonna go out and like show my face again and just kind of stay out there and start like sniffing and seeing if I can tell anything more about him by his scent.
See if he smells like turtle or turtle shell.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like start getting closer and just kind of be like tentatively.
Incidentally, when you walk out and come a little bit closer, he also like lifts his head up slightly and is like, and please roll me a this will be perception and animal ken. He's got like a vague, like sharp smell you remember from something, but you don't know from where.
I'm gonna get a little closer.
As you like move a little bit closer, he his hand comes out of his lap and kind of comes up in like a like hold motion.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna stop.
And he says, why don't you and your friends finish your meal first, and then I will be here to talk when you're ready.
Ooh.
I kind of like back up a little bit and like shake myself and then like whisper away, like vanish back into the snow, and I tell the others.
Okay.
Whoa. Intruder! Intruder!
I'm like so I'm like running back to them basically. And I'm taking a little bit of a weirdish route just so he can't exactly follow me, but I think he knows where we are and what we are.
Mm.
But I'm heading back and I'm just saying like I guess we should nom and then talk to him.
Ulysses, can you roll me stamina and primal urge, please?
Okay. I got 4.
Okay.
The fun one.
It's starting to take a bit of a toll on you, but you can maintain the mental link you currently have up if you want.
Yeah, especially with this dude. Like, we need to be able to communicate, so.
Yeah.
Not messing around.
Okay.
Okay. I think, although we're really hungry, you always like, we need to figure out what this guy's doing.
You want to hold off eating?
Yeah. Well, I put a message in Discord. I don't know if Vandy and Church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while Whisper's been off, we've been chomping baby cow so we can go scare this guy. And so we've had some food and we're just like,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
would have
gosh.
dragged the big one over, and then at Yuli's, I guess, allowance, eaten part of the baby cow.
allowance.
like,
I mean,
it's-
the
You gotta
interaction.
give us the okay.
The interaction between Whisper and this person didn't last that long.
Okay.
If you're going for like a couple of mouthfuls, like yeah. If you want to actually eat, then you know, like
Take you under restraint.
you're gonna have to you're gonna have to take more than like a minute. You know, it's gonna. Yeah, I guess you could try and eat quicker, but
We can.
Well, Yuli
We'll
was
sit
stood there
down.
already, so oh god. Is it too
Nor-
late to leave
nor-
this campaign?
North gets hit by lightning. He was a
Active
wizard.
reflux for North.
Basically, like if you want to, I don't know what your plan is with this guy. but-
Well, if Whisper had been chatting much longer, Yuli was gonna go around the side.
Yeah.
But I think probably doing that because although he seems to know what we are, that's not great.
Intruder.
And we don't know who the hell he is and how he knows and what he knows. And North is a big wolf right now.
He is.
So that's great.
You would have got the details of the
Yeah.
the conversation, which was basically like, go eat, we'll talk in a bit, I'll stay here.
Just seems weird.
Sure.
I mean, like, so Whisper's thinking like we can keep an eye out and just kind of like one of us keeps watch, the others eat.
Because of your like because of the way you can share thoughts, words, and ideas, you can actually review the conversation, and all of you, if you like, can do like are they lying, which would be usually it's wits insight in vampire. I don't know if it's the same here. It would probably be wits empathy.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to gauge like how truthful he's being and his intentions. Incidentally, Whisper, the perception empathy for you was like reading his kind of his body language, and he was
What was it? Wisdom.
Wits, empathy.
wits
Sorry.
empathy. Yeah.
2 across the
All
board.
twos.
Between all of you, there's nothing to overly worry you in the sense of any standard paranoia of a new person, sure. But there's nothing that raises a flag and says, you know, there's any indication of like overt danger or serious danger from what you can tell. So
I get close to the baby cow, and they're eating. So I'm just gonna, like,
their heads in and eating as they're deliberating. They're kind of like let the wolf beastie side of them like start eating and like sating the hunger, and their minds are kind of like in conversation and going over it. And as you all are doing that, I'm assuming, Whisper, you're joining in and like going for.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm hungry.
Okay. Yeah, you are all quite hungry as well. So, have a quick chat at the side. I just need to go to the loo quickly. So carry on.
I'm just nomming.
And also, I don't think hunting music is needed now. So
That is fair. Unless we hunt the man, which is also entirely possible.
We could do. Let's have a chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So did he smell like turtles?
Not really. He smelled kind of sharp. Like familiar, but I don't know from where. I don't really think we should eat him. He seems to know us or know of us. He's got a cool staff. It's neat. It's got this cool spider webby thing. I kind of want to know what that's about. I mean, we could talk to him, and if he says something we don't like, then we could eat him.
I don't really want to eat a person.
You realize if we change back, we have no clothes.
I got a jacket.
Who cares about clothes?
You carrying it?
It changes with me,
Oh, okay.
but that's it. Nothing else does.
Just a jacket.
Just a jacket.
It's a long jacket.
Who cares about clothes? I run around in my naked fur butt all the time. It's fine.
I was born naked.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I was born naked.
You're probably born
Humans were
naked.
born naked.
I think everybody's born naked. It's fine. It's normal. It's natural.
See, but like you guys aren't born naked because you're born with like a little bit of fur or something, right?
Yeah, but
It's still the same. Like
It's
fur's still like being naked.
It's like clothing. It's more
It's not
clothing
like
than what
clothing.
we have.
It's like having hair on your head. Not that I would know that.
Yeah, you're bald.
I take like the smallest second away from eating and go, "Arr," and then go back to eating.
So
I just kind of shake one of the bones that I have in my mouth, and I'm just like, ah.
I'm just like, I'm eating, but I'm
All
laughing
we've discovered is
internally.
that North is a flasher.
oh,
So
I bet you wear a trench coat and stuff.
that's
No,
It's a trench coat.
it's a cool jacket. Leave me alone.
I take it that we've gone to sate hunger as opposed to.
Yes, I think that's
Yeah.
probably.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm making fun of North and his trench coat, and if we turn back,
Yeah.
we're gonna be naked, right?
Yeah, that's what Yui said. And also, I have a coat, and then
I've
devolved from there.
I've made the assumption that aside from like panic emergency situations, you remove clothing and turn and etc. So
Fair enough.
like your clothes will be back at the
Yeah,
cave.
at the cave. Yeah.
I mean, Whisper totally doesn't care about being naked.
I
like,
doubt any
because-
of you really do.
No.
Yeah.
Cold though.
It'd be cold.
Yeah, it would be cold. That's the only consideration. Can we just grow the fur and not the rest of the wolf?
It'd be like a really hairy person. I think there's a thing for
There
that.
there is a
That's called a glabro.
Bruh.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
bruh.
I mean, I have no idea what you mean. I've never heard of people who are really hairy. So
Yeah, we're all just eating. We got
this-
distracted.
This will take a good like 15 minutes or so. However, you do, all of you, you take away that real sting of hunger, definitely, and fill your bellies enough that you can ultimately, within like the next 4 to 5 days, you'll be wanting to eat again, but you won't be like really hungry like you were before.
Is there any stuff we could take home with us?
From
Gonna take the whole
Like
big
a
one
dead
home.
giant cow.
from the small one, no. Like all 4 of you, especially you, North, being slightly larger, and you all like devour this thing. Like there's bits and pieces of like less tasty, stringy
But the other one?
whatnots. The other one is in full shape and good to go. And considering you have sorted out your hunger and ensured survival for probably at least a week longer, and a successful hunt, you may all take 3 willpower.
Hey.
Yay. Now I need to decide what to do with this guy.
Yeah, so there's like licking of chops and general like satisfied rumblings and
Go back from my teeth.
Just
We
like
start,
take
like-
claw and start like trying to.
I mean,
Clean it out.
you'd be
I'm
pouring in his
assuming-
face basically.
Oh,
like-
that's all I'm doing. Like
Yeah.
I'm just.
do
You got
do
something on
wolves
your
Percy.
face. You got
Yeah, it's
something
you,
on
Percy.
your face.
do wolves groom? Do they like
okay, you said-
lick their? Do they do the thing?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're talking self groom, it's more like rolling in mud, rolling in water, or small, like a little bit of licking, but usually it's like.
Dogs clean their faces by wiping them on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
they
I'm
also
gonna do
clean-
that.
They also clean their butts by wiping them on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
true.
totally gonna do that. I'm just gonna like so I've nommed, right? So I'm just gonna like it's snowing or it's
Yeah,
snowy
you can,
ground.
You can roll around in the snow. and-
Yeah, so I'm literally just gonna be like, all right, and then I like jump into the snow and go, and I
That-
roll around
that
it.
kind of like dog, like
Yeah.
weird spine,
Yeah.
bending and yeah.
Yeah, and then I like shake myself all like this, and I'm like, and then I like rub my nose in it, and then I roll over again.
There's probably a little bit of like haunch biting, where you're just like that kind of like.
Yeah.
I deliberately do not clean my face. I am saving it for later.
Okay.
How concerned would we be by seeing a random? I feel like
It's
this is
not a common occurrence.
Hmm.
People, when they do come by here, tend to come by like circuitously. So like sometimes you see humans doing treks like through the wilderness, like a group of them going off somewhere. You keep a wide berth of them in general. There are stories, and like only Persephone would really know this, and would probably have like told you a couple of times, you know, like maybe telling a story about older times. A couple of generations back, there were like run-ins with other werewolves who were trying to like encroach upon the territory and were very aggressive and were either killed or fought off. That hasn't happened for a long time.
We wouldn't, yeah, but we wouldn't exactly think favorably of random man.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
I would
It's-
definitely be more curious than anything because
Yeah,
of the
same.
staff.
Because I mean, he smelled us too, which is just like weird. It's
Yeah.
something we would do. So I
I-
like, I'm just very curious.
The only thing North would bring up is like, so I got a weird feeling like someone was in the sacred place that we're supposed to protect, but like for a moment. And then this guy turns up. And that's the only reason why I would be worried. Like, if it's just
Yeah,
one dude,
that's-
we could probably take him. Take him? He wants to talk, right?
Yeah, maybe
I-
we should talk to him and just be like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be around here, and if you come back here, we're gonna, like, we're gonna hurt
Rough
you."
you up.
Yeah, and why are
Yeah.
you here?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you not very smart?
I
Are you
wanna-
bringing us something cool? What's the deal?
Hmm.
I want to get back to the cave though. I really want to
Yeah.
get back to the cave.
Well, let's make it quick then.
Mhm.
Just bury this this guy real quick, so that nobody else comes and takes him, and then we'll go and talk to the guy, and then bring the food back. Just bury him on the snow. Keeps it nice and cold. Refrigerate. Oh, you guys don't know what that is. Okay, so there's this box.
They've interacted with you
Yeah.
and other human werewolves enough to know what a refrigerator is.
I feel like
Like it's
Percy, every
snowing in there
time
all
she
the
talks
time.
about something that's like human related, she'd be like, "Oh, you guys don't know that."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this thing, like, even if she's explained it before,
Yeah.
Goddamn
she's always
buds.
like, "Ugh."
so, I think North, if you could stay as a beast, that would be,
I prefer it that way. That's fine.
and keep an eye on him from the side.
Mhm.
I'll change back and have a little chat.
Okay.
Percy, if you want to make your refrigerator. That's a no.
I wanted to go talk to him. Are you gonna go
Okay.
talk to him by yourself, by your lonesome?
North
Oh, with North. Oh,
or
he's not a good talker.
Especially
not
not when I'm
gonna-
in a base form. I won't do any talking anyway. I don't.
you
I
always
just
So
want
to
to know
you,
if he's
Yulia.
the turtle man.
I will ask him.
If he's the turtle man, it's gonna sound weird coming from you.
That sounds weird ever.
That's gonna sound weird no matter what.
Fine, I'm just gonna start like kicking
Aw.
snow over this big bison, just
The larger one.
very
yeah.
angrily.
The unconsumed one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That'll take you, like, unless you really, unless you really want to actually bury it, it's gonna take you a couple of minutes at most to just get snow over it.
Yeah, I'm just burying it.
You're covering it so that it's
Mhm.
less obvious. Although it's still reasonably obvious because there's a big mound.
And
I'm
wolves
gonna
around
help
it.
her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help her do that.
Okay.
But then I'll also be like, where do you want me? Well, I'm
You've
helping
already
Percy.
seen him, so if you'd like to.
Ulysses, just something for you that's like a general thing. The pack always works best together.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
also,
it was.
It's a bit more threatening to have like 4 large wolves all together, kind of, you know.
Well, I was gonna have Whisper come with me as a wolf.
Yeah.
So like front and center, and then Percy to come from be at the other side. So we've got 2 on either side, and then us 2 in front.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the plan?
Cool.
So
Yep.
that's the plan.
North set you back.
Start wagging my woofy tail. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm with you.
I'll
Guys.
go to the other side, I guess. And
Okay.
just more
Um,
hidden. I'm gonna sneak around. I'm not gonna try to like give away my position right away.
He's seen me, so I'm just gonna kind of like stick close
yeah,
to you.
we're just being really obvious. So like, you're
That'll
always gonna
be-
need to change back.
Dexterity stealth for you, Persephone.
Okay. Hmm. Four successes, 2 10s.
Okay.
Percy stealthy. Who knew?
I mean, it was good rolling, basically.
No, she's really stealthy.
Oh, sorry, yes. So.
Well, I need to roll to change back
No.
to who man? No. Okay.
I'm assuming you want to approach to a certain distance.
Not gonna be getting like within 10 feet of him.
He's still there. The staff is in the same position. He's just got his hands like clasped in his lap.
I hear you want to talk.
Yes. I should probably apologize first. I was not intending to encroach upon your territory. I only realized when I stepped foot over it that I had indeed done so.
Yes, we know about that.
It wasn't my intention. And I thought I should investigate and give my greetings, seeing as I am passing through your territory and I'm currently in the area. If you don't mind me asking, which pack am I addressing?
You're addressing us.
Of course, which tribe?
What business is it of yours?
Merely curiosity. I don't meet your kind that often.
And what's your name?
My name is Barn.
And you're just passing through?
I'm on a journey. You're still connected by mind, so if any of you want
Yeah. I'm thinking, how much do we prod him to sort of be like, what do you mean, our kind? Wink, wink.
Knows something like.
Yeah. You know many of our kind?
I have occasionally met them. We, as you may know, we don't always get along, but there's a certain respect.
In what kind he is. Just mentally.
Yeah. She'll give it like a little nod. You of a different kind of creature.
Are you not aware? Feel free to roll.
Oh, she wants to make a werewolf joke so bad.
That's yeah. It would be.
He smells sharp.
It would be perception and animal ken.
I just figured it out.
Oh.
Oh, 2. It's not very good.
Okay. I will say that North, roll me a intelligence
Well, we're fucked.
and roll me an intelligence and animal ken.
Okay.
Ulysses has got a who on my nose right now. Oh, I don't think I actually changed back from
Maddie,
on the sheet.
can you refrain from shouting piss at my chat, please?
No.
Moderators ban.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
I imagine you was just getting like bear shouted. And
Bear piss. Bear. Bear piss. Does he smell like bear piss? Does he smell like North on a summer day?
Fuck
piss.
off. Fuck off, Percy.
wow.
So, Ulysses, you get the scent of like kind of sharp, animalistic, and North, you recognize it as the bear urine and etc.
Oh,
that you had
yeah.
smelled.
So all anyone hears over the brainer vision is, "Oh man, I want to fight you."
Bear piss.
Bear piss.
Now it's North and Percy just going bear piss.
I just start kind of like low key growling a little bit, like.
I think
little.
Ewing's gonna have to like
He,
generally in North's direction
yeah,
out loud.
yeah, like because when North and Whisper reacted, there was like a visible tensing from him. But when you like turned and shushed them, he relaxed a little bit. Still a little bit more on guard than he was before.
Yeah,
Eyes narrow very slightly.
I see. We've probably never met another were animal, right?
Couple of vague stories you've heard.
I will say this is the first I'm meeting of a cousin.
Cousin is an appropriate description for us, I guess. I am a Gural.
I am Ulysses.
It is nice to meet you, Ulysses, and your brother and sister as well.
There is more of us at the moment. It's like, oh, it's yeah. She's like, do we want to chat to him more? Do we want him to just pass through and go away? What do you guys think?
Where's he off to? What's he doing?
Where is your journey taking you, if I may ask?
My journey doesn't have a destination. I'm following, I guess, maybe my instinct to find where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to do.
Ask him about the cool staff. What's that about?
One of my siblings is very curious about your interesting walking staff.
I just like raise my head. I'm not growling anymore. I'm just like sniffing. Like I'm making a curious wolf face.
He
It's like pet her a little bit, like.
he reaches his hand out and touches it lightly. This was my father's. He left
Have a
it
thing
to
with my
me
father's.
when he died. It helps me when I need to help those injured.
Healer.
See.
Oh, Yuli, I want to talk to him. Yuli, please.
I have a very annoying sibling who wishes to speak with you. Would you be willing to listen to her incessant questions?
At this point, I let out a very annoyed little yelp, I guess.
Wait, hidden in the trees?
Hidden in the trees.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's rude.
Yeah, like
I just
hey!
kind of like settle down because I'm used to this interplay between the two of them, and I just kind of like lay down in the snow, and I'm just like,
This is how it's going.
At this point, he puts one hand on the snow, then shifts his leg under him, so he's gone kind of cross-legged.
Having a sit instead of a crouch.
Eases back and says, I doubt any of us are in a particular hurry this far out in the wilderness. I have all day.
I might
Come
get
on.
cold all day, but did you say come on?
Yeah, come on, Percy. In there, let's go.
All right.
No, if you
I'll
want
shift
to.
back to human, and I'll kind of step over the snow and just kind of awkwardly get over to where he is. And I'll be like, "Hey, hi. So you're a healer."
Sometimes it is a tendency for the Goral to be healers.
What's a Goral? Is that your name? No, wait. You said your name was
My name is Barn.
Barn. What's a Goral?
You have the ability to change between form of wolf and man. Mine is bear and man.
Did you pee on a tree, up there somewhere?
My apologies. I was not aware that this was anyone's territory.
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it. It made for very, very entertaining evening. Anyway.
As a sidebar, Ulysses, you'll be aware, and the rest of you will be too, but it's more in Ulysses' head than anyone else's. You do mark your territory the same way wolves do, to just, and because of the blizzard and the storm, we haven't been out in a few days. You haven't been out and patrolling for a while, so those scents and those signs have kind of
Well, in
waned.
Ulysses' head, Percy is asking all the questions, which is great because she's getting the info, but not as though she doesn't already know it.
Yeah.
It's like power play.
Yeah, there's a lot of things he's already brought up that you just don't know.
You're just like, yeah. Totally know what you mean.
A girl? Yeah.
He like reaches to his like kind of like reasonably large backpack that he has with him, like shifts it round to the side and opens it up, like slowly, not, you know, kind of.
Yeah, it's like.
And when he opens it up, you smell this like kind of fairly rich, like meaty smell. And he pulls out this kind of like wrapped, it looks kind of like jerky, or, you know, but like big kind of salted, like massive strips of them.
Whoa. You did yourself some hunting and curing?
If you dare, a few weeks back. They have sustained me adequately as I've been moving.
Well, that's good.
I thought perhaps if we wanted to talk further, if you are open to that, I could share my food with you. Although, it would depend how hungry you all are after that hunt.
Well, I'm good for now. I mean, I don't want to take away from your supply, so unless Yuli.
How true is that?
What on my
We,
part?
kinda,
we also
like,
have a
sit up
full
and I'm like-
bison.
you do have a full bison at the same time.
I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the fact that we just killed a full bison.
Yeah. You
So I'm just like, dear, I'm fine.
the food you've eaten so far is adequate. Again, as I said, you're not like full and replete. You were hungry for quite a while there.
Yeah. We'll probably, have some more food later on. But it's nice. Thank you for the offer. Healer stuff though. Question. You said you're a healer sometimes. What are you otherwise?
A traveler, storyteller, story learner.
Do you know about turtles?
Yui has like long suffering face.
Would that be your totem?
Totem?
A totem.
I don't know what that is. Am I supposed to have a totem?
Yuli, this guy's making less and less sense. Should I take him out?
No, he's interesting. Maybe
Mentally
he's
to
interesting.
North. No. There's a lot we don't know.
And he like steeples his hands to his face. Would it be possible for us to talk longer, if you are willing?
I look at Yuli.
He also shifts his gaze to Yuli.
How long have we got left in the day?
It's midday.
Because we need to get we need to get the bison back. Ideally, we need to get some clothes. So if it's getting later, I'm gonna suggest to meet the next day.
It's noon.
Or like, yeah. I don't really want to take him back to the cave.
Yeah, we're supposed to be guarding something there, so not the cave. Maybe
Is there
we can-
another?
Well,
do we have
We
like?
could, we could take him to the river
There's-
and then.
There's the cave, and then there's the deeper cave. The deeper cave is where what you're protecting is. The cave is just where you live.
Yeah, but we'd
Oh.
still. I don't think I'd want a stranger there.
Would it be like what would we know from, from the other wolves and stuff that we've lived with briefly?
You're
Would it be weird to
Hmm.
bring somebody there?
not really. The point is protecting the thing.
Okay.
So the cave itself and the area around it, while it is sacred, it's also it's hard to tell. Like there have okay, give Persephone, give me a intelligence lore, please.
Intelligence lore. Law.
Yeah, lore.
Lore.
Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
British.
I was like, what? Lore? There's no lore. Okay, anyways.
Law.
This is law.
I thought the law.
And the law won.
Four.
Successes? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the stories and the things you've been taught have been taught by people with spotty information and lore and knowledge, and so it kind of things get lost as they trickle down the generations. But you remember stories of probably 3 or 4 generations back where they met other werewolves who were invited in hospitality and fed and allowed to stay and then left, and very vague and etc. You don't know whether you never heard of a werebear before.
Okay.
There's kind of no precedent for it, so there's no real guidelines for whether it's okay or not. Guests, visitors is a little bit iffy, but there's also nothing to say you can't.
I'll just kind of mentally say, so long as we're protecting the thing, should be fine.
And this is all in our heads. He seems to know some things that we might have lost. So if we bring him back and we watch him. Agreed?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then
but I also want to go check on the thing, the place, because there was someone there, just before we started fighting big bear cows.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
we should head back.
was
Maybe he can help us
um,
drag the bison.
We'll head back now and bring
Okay.
him with us. And the bison.
Cool.
If you
Kind of
want to,
been looking back and forth between you as you're silently conversing.
yeah. If you would like to join us for a warm meal, we can talk more at our home.
I appreciate your offer of hospitality, and I gladly accept it.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna go grab the food then and start dragging it home.
How was your hunt?
Well, we got a couple bison. It's good. Got a little one we snacked on, and then we got a bigger one, which we're gonna eat.
I imagine we're both as humans just covered in red.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
We're
like,
just like
what do you think?
if I can be of assistance, I would be happy to help you move your food back. A small payment for your hospitality offered.
Oh, sure. Yeah, earning your keep and whatnot. Oh, come on.
Like wagging my tail.
Give me a second if you don't mind, and I'm gonna hop over and just I'll change back into I didn't roll it in my Hamid form. I just realized. So
Yeah.
although I don't think law has.
It doesn't affect the
It's not really-
intelligence for you, so.
Okay, cool. So
Should
I'm
be
gonna. Yeah, I'll transform back into a beast.
Ow. Oh, that would be appreciated, Barn.
With 6 successes.
Oh yeah, just snap, snap, twang, and you're back down on all fours and moving off swiftly. Barn, like slower and with no kind of rush, starts to follow you. Kind of with a nod at you, Ulysses. Like picks up his staff, kind of stands up. He's again pretty tall, like 6'3", so and starts kind of walking off in the direction that Persephone is going.
Yeah, I think Yui would follow and hopefully whisper to. And we're just gonna, I don't know, like still keeping an eye on him. She also wants to see him shapeshift because that's gonna be really interesting. So
That'd be cool as fudge.
Especially with a staff. Like, what does he do with a staff?
yeah, as he
Yeah.
carries back, it's like all these things where
Question.
we're like, we have to just leave our freaking coats. So
Are you following in human?
at first, yeah.
Okay. When you get to the bison, it's like reasonably quickly uncover it slightly, and he looks back to you, Ulysses, specifically, and says, please, if you haven't seen this before, do not panic. I'm merely using this form as it is the strongest. And then, let me just mark off his rage.
Oh no.
He shifts to his war form, which is he kind of expands and obviously takes his clothes off, places his staff on top of it, takes the necklace, puts it down as well, and expands and fur flows all over his body. He's reasonably muscular, but nothing exceptional or spectacular. But once he's done shifting, he is.
I've just seen a picture. It's terrifying.
Yeah, he's about 12 foot tall. He is best example would be a Yeti or a Sasquatch. That type of big, muscular, powerful, big long claws on his feet and on his hands. One thing I'll do is just for those of you curious, I'll just grab that very quickly, put it out for you to see in, let's say, Moonkist. There you go. The Discord. That's what it looks like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a
Too
few
slow.
versions, isn't there?
Holy shit.
Uh,
Wow.
Very large, powerful. And I'll also put it in Sunkissed in my Discord.
The one I saw.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just so anyone watching who wants to see, you can go look in Sunkissed in the Discord. You can see for a visual of what he looks like. And then he just reaches down scoops up the. I mean, I guess I could do a roll, but I kind of know how it's gonna go because I know what his stats are. And athletics. Eight successes.
He's scary. Okay.
So I think I'm in the wrong form for him. What was that? 12?
That was 12, yeah.
I feel like he should roll more. That'll do for now. Yeah, just picks it up and like kind of starts carrying it like, you know, like a log, like kind of over his shoulder and starts kind of walking down towards. He's not 100% sure where he's going. He's walking towards your territory. But,
Yeah.
He's not like walking exactly where the cave is.
Yeah. Well, I think Yuli's gonna change back now. And God, it's awkward, isn't it? Swapping between forms all the time.
Snap, twang, twing, twong, and you'll shift back down into four-legged. And if any of you want to take the lead and, you know, guide the way back to the cave.
I'm just gonna scout ahead,
Okay.
like I always do, but I assume that Yuli will actually lead him. I'm just gonna send to her, like, I'm just gonna run ahead a little bit, like I usually do. Just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask North. I was gonna lead him and ask North to hang behind. Really don't want to die to a bear.
Yeah, no, he's pretty.
It's like he's behind, gonna die. Whole time home.
No, North's
Percy.
just gonna be like, "Don't worry, I got my eyes on him."
Don't.
I just kind of scamper forward and vanish.
Yeah.
And Persephone?
I'll be leading behind Whisper, just like with the bison with me, and I'll just be thinking in my head, I'll be like,
Well, the barn has the bison.
oh, he does? Okay, then I'll kind of be like beside / slightly in front, like kind of excited, be like, oh yeah. And then I remember I'm like, oh, I got turtle water at home, turtle water, and like I'm all excited going home with this big bison and bear friend now. Yeah.
I'm tempted to make you roll some type of willpower to not get the turtle water song stuck in your head, but
When
I'll let it
when
slide for
Percy
now.
starts being like turtle water, yeah, that's when it's time to stop the mind link. It's like I've had enough of this song today.
Yeah, just before you turn it off, you hear North starting it as well.
It's like, nope.
And you'll just hear a harumph. It's like,
You'll hear like right as you're turning it off, and I hear you turning it off. I'm like, thank you.
I'm just like humming it almost as like almost not howling it, but like just almost like talking to myself, just turn on water.
As you cross the boundary of the like, it sounds weird calling it sacred territory, but like the sacred border, like the original border of your territory, it's like a few hundred meters out from your cave. You cross over it, and Barn actually stops there before he passes over. There's no, like, just for the record, there's no like physical.
it's like he senses it.
Obviously,
Yui,
can't really talk in this form, so.
yeah, Yuli's gonna like turn around and kind of look at him like, God, we're close enough now that
You can
she'll
see
change
the
back.
cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll change back and sort of like Are you coming?
I think I almost like want to nudge Yuli and be like, almost like invite him in.
He's secretly a
Okay,
vampire.
a success. Cool. Like his body weight shifts, and it's almost like you know, when someone speaks your native language to you and they're not native speakers. You like kind of reading his body language and, you know, the kind of like non-verbal communication you use as wolves. He's trying to imitate that, like he's you know, seen it before and kind of learnt it. You get the impression that he's basically asking for permission to cross the border. Like he's waiting for an invitation as opposed to just
Walking in.
just assuming invitation.
And she's gonna like come in, Ben.
Does she say it or does she just
Both like
Okay.
come in, like.
And then yeah, once you say that, he steps over and North, you don't feel any disturbance in the force, as it were.
Wolfie's senses not tingling.
And now that you can see the cave, like walks over towards it and sets the bison down like outside, just to the side of it. And then yeah, like a big like clawed paw comes down and just like digs into the ground a couple of times and the snow and just like excavates a little bit of it and then rolls the bison into it and like puts a little bit over it as well.
No fridge.
New fridge.
I'm just like wiggling my tail.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm just like, now I'm more like I'm helping him like more enthusiastically covering the thing with snow. So
and then shifts back into human, and looks at you and says, "If you will excuse me, I will be right back once I have collected my belongings."
did we not take his belongings with him?
You were all wolves.
Oh shit.
Isn't this like a 2-hour trip?
Because you chased them quite a ways. It's like not that far to the river.
Oh, I thought it was still
Okay,
2
that's not so
hours.
bad.
So
Okay. Cool.
No, like 2 hours is like out to the edge of your territory, basically.
okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna sit down and grab my turtle water.
But
Just hold it.
again, there's like this guy really has no sense of urgency or like time is important. So he doesn't seem put out that he has to walk for. And he actually once he says that, he shifts again into just a bear, like still like big and
Yeah.
everything, but and starts like kind of like there's a little bit of a "Rrr," and then he like pads off up towards the river.
Okay.
So I just go back into the cave and like shift, and it takes me a little bit longer because I actually haven't, like, everybody else has shifted a bunch more. I haven't
Yeah,
shifted
you've
in a
been-
while.
Yeah.
So I like go back to like somewhere back in the cave, and I'm just like, oh, this is really uncomfortable. Ow. And then it takes me a minute to like recover afterwards.
Yeah, you've gotten, it's, as you said, it's been a little while. Everyone else has shifted a bit more than you.
Yeah.
And like you still have that instinct of like, I should be on four legs, like, you know, I should be
Yeah.
kind of horizontal and so
Yeah, I'm like almost like an awkward teenager. Like I'm kind of gangly because I'm
Yeah,
also
not-
tall
yeah.
as a human, and just like tall and skinny and just like awkward.
Well, one of the things you all know is that in terms of like being human, Whisper's probably the most uncomfortable with it and the most awkward and
Yeah.
uh
As a wolf, I'm like, yeah. As a human, I'm like, I'm just not comfortable in my own skin.
I'd probably know that too, right? Like when I shift back, I want to kind of start a fire up, and if she's
Oh,
still
yeah.
kind of lying down and feeling kind of crappy, I'll just kind of go over. I'll just be like, "Do you want me to braid your hair?"
Okay.
Well, Yuli'll do the fire if you want to do that.
Okay, then yeah, I'll go over and I'll just like tend to her and just like braid her hair and I don't know, just comb out any knots or whatnot.
Yeah, because it's like a disaster. I don't know what the heck to do with it.
Yeah, I probably
It's long and there's a lot of it, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, it's
I probably would be like the cave hairdresser. I'd be like, all right, sweetie, like, how was your hunt today? You know, tell me all about it. What are your troubles? How many bears did you smell? And how many noses did you put in the piss? And
I just kind of like I like sit with my knees up and I like put my arms around my knees and I'm just kind of like chilling, letting her minister to me, and I'm like, that's pretty interesting, huh?
and Ulysses starts up the fire, kind of few seconds attempt. I'm not going to make you roll for that because it's, you know, something you would all be adept enough at doing.
fire sounds cozy. I think also I'd like encourage Whisper to talk too, like to human talk, because I know it would be difficult.
Yeah.
So probably that'd be like our little ritual, I feel.
I mean, it's going to be a couple of hours at least till Barn gets back, so you have time to relax and do anything you really fancy doing.
Cooking food.
It's not
Warm food.
doing.
More food would be awesome. That's right, right? That's the word you use. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's or delicious, or splendiferous, or
Splendiferous is not a word. Don't learn that from her.
yes,
That's
it
like
is.
said over the shoulder as you two are like nattering on.
Or fantabulous, or
And tap.
Not
and
again.
You. What?
No.
or yummy. Yummy is a good one because that's
That-
like
yummy.
yummy.
I
in
can
my
say that
tummy.
one.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah. Well, once I'm done doing your hair, we can cut up some food and make little kebabs or whatever. And
Bison. Yummy.
mhm. Hey, this turtle water didn't do anything to me, Yuli. Can I finish it now?
Sure.
All right, one second. I'm gonna go get myself a drink. So I'll go over and get the turtle water. Be like, anyone want to sip before I?
I'll have a sip.
Yeah, see, no, have a sip. As a human, it tastes different, right? And we're gonna try
There's,
this.
yeah,
there's enough for a mouthful left. Just FYI.
Oh,
Can I just
taste
like?
it? Just taste it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like stick my tongue out and be like, it tastes funny. You drink it. You like it.
North, do you want a little try of this turtle water?
Quick question. Okay, so North is in the cave and
Oh, North is suspicious enough that he is still in his hispo form. So he's
Okay.
taking up quite a lot of room
yeah.
in the
So
cave.
there's a good like big corner of the cave that is just fluffy ball of wolf.
Yeah, like a ginger wolf that's like looking around and like looking deeper into the cave and then also looking outside of the cave, like just kind of like,
Don't make it obvious, North.
Well, I'm just gonna kill the drink. Finish the turtle water.
save the queen.
What?
That's a British thing, don't worry.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, what?
Oh. Bears. Where bears?
That's the thing. didn't know that was a thing.
Do you know there's totems? Am I supposed to have a totem?
What's a totem?
I think it's like on your foot.
It's a toenail.
Oh. Well, what's a totem though?
Is there nothing in the stories? Or
Do you want me to go off your previous roll?
Yeah, or I can roll again.
It's
It's
up to you.
Okay.
I'm happy to go off the previous roll. As you know, like the knowledge is very spotty, so.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Couple of like vague mentions of the word in the stories you've been taught, but there's no association to them. It's just like so and so meant, you know, like other werewolves, again, like 3 or 4 plus generations back, mentioned their totem, you know, was like a crow or something like that, and the pack wasn't really sure what it meant, and any conversation surrounding it has been lost.
Not really. Last time I heard mention of it was some people talking about it, but from ages ago. But there's really nothing. Heard mention of other kinds of totems, but it just, there's no, I don't know what it even means. Or what context it was even in. I don't know. I mean, I didn't even know there were other people, animal, I don't know.
creatures?
Sure, yeah. You know, I didn't even know people could turn into bears and vice versa. Or that terrifying, enormous, really cool looking big bear. Because that's like, we can do that with the wolves, but it's not nearly that big. That was a big bear.
It kind of makes sense. If there's werewolves, there could easily be others out in the wilderness.
But then, what if there were were-bisons? What if we killed a were-bison?
Then they should have changed forms.
Huh. I would just feel weird killing and eating one of our own. If it's considered one of our own? One of our cousins? Distant cousins?
There's no reference to other creatures who can shift, other beings who can shift into creatures of different types in the stories of past generations or anything like that. But the pack does tend to stick to a very Law of the Wild type survival credos. Like, so, yeah, what if they're were-bison, but also, even if they are, gotta eat, right?
Yeah, that's why it's like, well, it should have changed to a bigger form then.
Yeah, and I imagine even if they did, it wouldn't.
Yeah, then that's only just to defend themselves better.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. You wouldn't even know. And would it stop you from eating it?
Nope. Not if I was this hungry. At this point, I would have gone over to the bison that's kind of buried and uncovered a bit and start trying to skin it and get the meat.
Okay.
I figure I probably have some kind of knife or sharp tool or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have like basic knives and etc. You know. It'll mean you're outside unless you bring it inside. It would take up like with North, it would take up a good like percentage of the front cave.
No, I'm just gonna go outside and just kind of bring my fur with me and stay as warm as I can while I cut this thing. I don't want to take all of it. I just want to take enough for a decent meal for everybody.
Okay.
I really wish we had heard more about this. You know, the stories don't tell us about this kind of thing.
Yuli's like stood in the entrance with like watching everyone. Seems there's much we have lost. Then
I guess.
I
I've heard a lot of stories, but none of them mention, I don't know, other aware creatures.
It's not as though we go looking for them.
Oh, but you'd figure, you know, someone would have run across someone. You know?
Not if they're staying here protecting. Gestures to in the cave.
Yeah. I guess so.
Seems lucky to meet Ben. Ban has. I can't pronounce his freaking name. Is it Ban?
Barn.
It's barn, yeah.
Ban like a barn owl. That's how I'm gonna have to remember it.
Okay.
Barn
I
owl.
wonder why he came through here specifically. It
Kind
is
of
kind of
seems like he's
strange.
wandering.
Yeah, but like, this isn't on the way to anywhere. So even if you're like, why would you end up here if you're just wandering around? Kind of off the beaten path, you know?
I don't know. He seems to know stuff, which is, you know, I want to hear more about what he knows. You know?
Yeah, I'm curious about him.
Let's not make it too obvious that we know little.
Well, we still know a lot of stuff. Like, we know how to hunt. We know we're guarding the cave, and we have a duty to do.
Let's
And-
not tell him that.
It's probably a good call, actually.
Yeah, he doesn't need to know that.
This is just where we live.
North
Yeah, we don't
actually starts to get up and goes towards deeper into the cave and like looks back at everyone expectantly.
What?
Do we want to check on the thing?
If you'd like to,
Yeah.
give them a like message, you know, like kind of speak to them, or give them kind of like a message to that will be intelligence expression.
Well,
Oh wait, he's in the wrong form for this. I'll have to do that again.
bark, bark. I got 2.
2? Yeah, that's enough. So if you want to give, it can't be anything complicated. But if it's like, hey, follow me, do this.
Yeah, it's follow me. Let's check. Do the thing. Come on, let's go. Come with me.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for Barn.
I get up from my little crouch and I just
It's-
kind of like stumble a little, but then I start walking after him.
It's only been like 40 minutes to
Okay.
50 minutes, so
I'm totally going with them.
all right.
Yeah, I'll go too then.
Yeah.
Or, I'll keep cutting the meat and stuff, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll I'll check after you guys get back.
Well, I can tell you, there's
Or
no
you
rush
can
on
just-
something like that. Like,
Okay.
like the really great thing about living in the wilderness here in the middle of nowhere is you got a lot of time to do things that you want to do, and you can always come back to something like that. Like, it's not going anywhere.
Like the meat thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll go with them.
It's it's like knitting. You do some knitting, and you're like, I'm not gonna knit for a bit, and then you come back to it and you do a bit more.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll
I
go with
had-
them.
Yeah, back into the cave.
the cave gets and by the way, North, there are parts of this passage you can't fit through as in the form you're in now. You're muted.
Hey, first mute.
Finally.
Well, North doesn't talk anyway,
It's
so it's
true.
fine. No, we
You can shift to wolf or to human, like you
yeah,
can fit through there.
he's gonna do that.
Okay.
Shall I?
Which one do you switch it to?
Beast.
Beast? You don't need to roll for that then. In general, unless it's like in a pinch situation and there's, you know, things impairing you, shifting back to your original natural form is the easiest, and in these instances I won't require a roll. So like there are times when the passageway is kind of like, it's like a twin set of passageways which fork away from each other and then join back up, and then it's almost like waves, like they go away and then crash into each other, and some of them are quite thin, some of them are actually like reasonably spacious as you go, and eventually they come back together one final time to open into a room which is well, it's really dark, but you can easily enough have either brought a torch with you from thing, or you can, there's like a couple of like
Sconces?
sconces, thank you, that you can kind of light up to light the room.
Stupid question. When you say torch, do you mean flashlight or like wooden torch?
You do have a couple of wooden torches like wrapped in fabric, but you also have a couple of actual torches. It's just like the actual torches are battery powered, and it's not often people go off to the, you know, nearbys. You don't like have an endless supply of batteries and etc. So depending what you want to use.
I think we would have like grabbed a fire torch, right?
Since
It
we have a
makes sense.
fire going.
And you
right?
can use it to light the little sconces on the side.
Yeah.
So the room kind of like, after you apply the torch to the sides, kind of like lights up a bit more. The shadows kind of flicker, because, you know, firelight. And what you see is what you've seen before, but I will describe it because we have not experienced it before. It is almost like a natural formed fountain at the base, kind of like the bottom of it seems carved into like, and there are like intricate little almost figurines like poking out of the stone, and it's kind of like a base about this thick with like little bits pointing out that are like carved in different ways. There's no like writing or anything on any of this. And then it kind of like moves up as stone and then shifts in different places like earlier, so it's kind of like a bit jagged, this stone, as it shifts into this like sparkly red jewel type object is the best way I can describe it. It's not ruby, like, you know enough to know that there's never been any description in the stories and in the lessons passed down. This is mainly for Persephone. That actually tell you what the material is, but it's kind of glassy and jagged, like so, almost like scales, like snake scales, or like an artichoke, like these kind of like jagged triangles of this red thing just kind of like blossom up and then like peel back almost like a flower and like almost touch the ground. And then in the center of this kind of like flower of red ruby type mineral is like a smaller kind of like spurt of it that's going up, and in the center of that is like a just grey dull stone egg. Just kind of like sitting in the middle of it. And as the lights play as well, you do see like greens and purples and other colors in the red as the light like flickers across it.
Well,
and this is what you're protecting. This is like the entirety reason for your existence, basically. Here at least.
I'm just gonna go up and inspect it and make sure there's no chips or dents or anything, and search around the room.
North is going to
we-
be searching for people,
Yeah,
like
I'm-
signs of people.
Okay. That will be it depends. Are you using the snoz or the eyes? Or both?
Probably just sniffing around.
Okay, that will be perception primal urge.
Hmm.
If you're looking, then perception alertness, or perception investigation. Or if you're looking for signs of people, like with your brainy things, it'll be investigation intelligence. So apply the one that makes the most sense. The only sense and presences for, well, as long back as you wish to, as long back as you can sense, it's just your brothers and sisters, no one else.
Still sniffing around, you see North like a little bit confused and like kind of grumpy, like he's missed something, like something doesn't make sense. And he's just going to keep sniffing around.
Is there a particular expectation that North had? Like that someone would have been here?
Yeah, because he sensed that there was maybe a person here. So yeah, that's what he's going to be doing.
He sensed momentary encroachment on the territory.
So
Yeah.
not necessarily inside the cave itself.
The territory extends like
He's not that smart.
few hundred.
He's going to still be searching
Yeah.
around.
But I will say, like, if anyone catches on to his train of thought and stuff, you will know, and you will have realized through the conversation that Barn is the one who like put his foot in and realized that it was something that he shouldn't encroach upon, and then pulled his like leg back.
I thought we all got that before. Like, I thought when we were talking to him, and then especially when he stopped, like, I thought...
Yeah, the problem is you didn't really vocalize it between each other. I think it was like I think it was a thing
Sorry,
where
Josh.
Oh, sorry, North, really, because
North.
North is the one who didn't get it.
North told you after the fact. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Um,
Well, if it makes him happy, he can keep. He can
you can
keep
keep
spelling.
sniffing.
Apologies. From this far away, there is no sound of fire. Carry on. It's very quiet.
Well, we
in
have
the-
our little sconces.
Yeah, but they're not really.
Okay.
I'll just like
Do we know what this thing is?
All you know from stories and the generations that have come before you is that it is important to keep it safe, and that is the pack's job. And it's so important that they stay out here in the wilderness, perpetuating the pack and recruiting new werewolves as the older ones move on towards death to stand guard.
I'll just like dust it off. Make sure like nothing's
There's no dust on it.
okay. I'm just keeping
Yeah,
the space
it's-
like nice and tidy. Almost like absent-mindedly. Because we would have done this a lot. and yeah. If I don't see anything like out of the ordinary, then I'll just be like, well,
I guess it's good.
looks all right to me.
I'm just kind of like, I'm still looking. I'm looking at North, and I'm just like looking around, like
Him
I
being
know
on edge
something.
probably
Yeah,
puts you all a little bit like paranoid and on edge as well.
yeah.
Well, we knew Barn had stepped in and left the perimeter, I suppose. We should head back before he gets back.
One of
wondered-
us should keep watch tonight, and for as long as he's around until he leaves the territory, like we should take turns. I think.
I think this is a good idea.
Orc.
So you want
All
to
right.
head back?
Dinner
and-
time.
Yeah,
head
Yui's
back
just
and
gonna
carry
like
on?
head back. now.
I'm gonna go back upstairs, or yeah, up to the mouth of the cave and continue my meal prep.
I think as you were all carrying on your activities that you are doing, I guess for North that includes looking sulkily at like the opening to the cave entrance, and now's a good chance to ask, how does everyone feel about the duty and the kind of the pack, you know, because ultimately all you have to go on is the generations that have come before and what they've said, and it's a little unclear as to why you're here and what you're doing aside from guarding this thing.
Percy would definitely not be questioning a lot in this case, because this is the information she was given, and as like more of a law keeper, she's like, yep, this is what we got to do. Got this big old jewel rock egg thing, and that's what we're here to protect. So and we have a pretty decent life. Like, it's super chill. We get to hang out and just, you know, hunt things and hang out in a cave in the middle of nowhere. Like,
It's very simple.
it's a simple life.
Yeah.
And it's one she enjoys. So
Whisper also, like, she's curious, like she wants to know more, but at the same time, like, she was just a wolf before and she was fine and happy, and then she was a werewolf and she she like doesn't know how to not be in a pack, so having other pack mates that she like loves that are her family just makes her happy. So she's just happy to be with her family and like chilling in the woods. She wouldn't want to be in the city or anything. So she's cool with it.
I think it's similar for North because he also grew up as a wolf, but like he likes the pack as it is. He's mostly happy, but like he's doing this because his dad did it.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's probably something more, something he could be doing elsewhere. Like there's something not quite right that he feels, but he can't put his finger on. But he's mostly happy.
Ulysses is like it suits her well to be in the, even though it's like long suffering, like oh these guys, but wouldn't change them either.
It's like a kindergarten teacher where, you know, you get covered in paint and throw up and, you know, like
You're just
food
like, this
every
is
day.
dreadful, but I'm still coming to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's my chosen vocation. Yeah, it suits her really well. And like, I think not knowing is bothersome because it's not.
There's a small kernel of uncertainty, which is like, it's hard to shake that, especially for the humans, probably.
It's like, what are we here for, and how do we, you know, is this what it is forever? Is there more we need to know that we should know that we don't, especially now with like the totems and tribes and stuff, and we're like, yeah. Stuff that we should probably know and we don't, and that's not great, but yeah, quite happy, so it's all good for now.
So time passes and you go about your, honestly, it's kind of just relaxing, as usual. So seeing as we've hit the official end, as Barn is returning, I will ask, if you want, we can carry on a little bit. I'm perfectly happy to, but this is also a good moment to end before Barn returns. So it's down to all of you.
Almost any other day, I would say I would be cool with continuing, but today's kind of a day when I.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I think this is a good stopping point for today.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Okay then. So.
Yeah. We met a bear.
Outro
Yeah.
sheepy.
We
Give
took
us a
down
little
bison.
So let's go around and have a little chat with everyone, see what you thought, do a little outros, and yeah, we'll be good to go. Sorry, I'm supposed to point to someone.
Say who, yeah.
Let's start off with Tessichka and also Whisper.
I love chasing down bison. That was so fun. Like coordinating and roaring and all of that. It was very cool. I really like Whisper. I love these. I love Nahari so much. She's amazing. But I love these like one-off characters that are kind of like cool departures. So I'm just having a really good time. This is really awesome. And yeah, all of these guys are really amazing, and you should go follow them on all of their channels. And I'm going to stream later because I have to talk about some stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it?
Okay. So we'll move over to North and also Josh.
Such Josh, very Wolf. Wow. I had a good time today. North is suspicious, but also kind of stupid. So, you know.
I honestly, it may just be me reading into it, but I saw it more as like protective than suspicious.
It's a bit of both. Yeah, he wants to do the thing. He doesn't know why, but yeah, got a job to do,
Oh.
etc.
And a little bit competitive with this like big, strong, freaking.
Oh
bear
yeah,
thing.
totally. He wants to fight a bear. He wants to fight a bear man.
Mm.
So yeah, totally. He's actually thinking like, you know what would be good? I'm just gonna challenge this guy to a fight.
That could be interesting.
That would only go well.
I know Bard's stats when he's in his war form,
I know you know.
and like North is strong as shit, but
Yep.
like the funny thing about Bard is strength is not his strong point.
But he could probably still have a good go at wrecking North.
Oh yeah, with his strength, yeah, definitely. But
Yeah.
for the Graal, it's weirdly stamina where they like excel. So,
Really?
You know, they can
Cool.
tank. It's like a fucker. it's what I'll tell you.
North, on the other hand.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Seeing what happens next week. Cool.
Okay. Moving on to Ulysses and also Tash.
It was nice to have our hunting pay off.
Yeah.
And trying to work around this guy and not tell him that we don't know anything, but find stuff out. Like firstly, yeah, just ask him a bunch of questions. I'll just be quiet, okay? It's gonna be really interesting next time to see what we can find out without owing him too much, and letting slip anything too important for us. I'm having a lot of fun. I miss Sunkissed. I love it, but I really do enjoy the short
It's
stuff as well because it's fun to try something different.
this is very different.
Yeah. And it's interesting to like jump into different characters and be able to test things out without it being too janky. And
well, I will say I thought you were you seemed a lot more comfortable with the leadership role this time as Ulysses.
I think I've just been like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna boss everyone around.
Yeah,
Because last week I felt really bad, and then
this week is like, screw that.
I'm like, I don't have time for that. I'm not feeling very well, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm sure I'll get anxiety about that later, but for now, I'm doing it.
We're all cool with it though. Like,
I'm doing it.
in character and out of character. Like both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. We love it. You're awesome.
Said it
Toss
now.
me around,
Release
Tash.
the beast.
So finally, Vandy and also Persephone.
I want to know the stuff. Give me the information. I want to know what the totems is. I want to know what the healing stuffs is. I want to know where he's coming, where is he going, Cotton Eye Joe. Okay, so literally, like, I just
Yeah.
want to sit with him and get all the info from this guy.
It's part of the reason why I offered to go on longer. And then, like, it's fine that we can't, but I was like,
Sorry.
I know that everyone is a little bit like, what's going on? What's happening? Who's the things? Where's the so, you know.
We're always like that though. We'd run for 6 hours if we let ourselves.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I want to know all the info. This guy has information and stories. And to Percy, that's like, oh, stories? Tell me stories. I want to hear stories. Tell me all the stories. What do you know? I know some stories, but not as many as you do, and I definitely don't know the same ones as you. Tell me! Anyways, yeah, so hopefully next week we'll be able to hear some stories.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And from myself, I think 2 to 3 more episodes will be Moonkissed. I want to say 2 episodes very confidently, but with us, we could easily spend next episode just sitting down and chatting with Barn. So
Oh yeah, that's my expectation.
yeah,
so.
yeah, it's kind of mine too, which is why I'm like 2 or 3 because it could go for a little while. Fun fact: when we were talking about the show, I originally offered the role of Barn to Josh because he wasn't sure like what he wanted to be or do. So I was like, "You could have fun with this role." But ultimately, he wanted to be a wolf with everyone else, so I was like, okay, that's cool.
He wants to fight himself.
True.
In conflict.
Yeah.
Trust no one, not even yourself.
I've got you now. Ah.
Oh my-
Jekyll and Hyde, but it's Josh.
I like that
Jekyll and Josh.
I like that I was like, so yeah, probably 2 or 3 more weeks, and immediately chat was like, so like 5.
They know what you like.
They know. They know our time. They know our.
The truth like strikes me in the heart. But yeah, I think minimum 2 more weeks. So those of you who are enjoying Moonkissed, good news. It's gonna go on for at least a couple more weeks.
and if you're not here. So
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, I've been really enjoying this so far. It is really nice to have this like setting for you guys where you can just chill and enjoy the setting with no kind of like things that need to be done, you know? You don't have to deal with other factions, or you know, there's no time crunches on a party, etc, etc. And it's really cool to just see you all gotta be like, gonna go out, do a little hunt, you know, head back and chill by the fire. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next few episodes, definitely, and hopefully we'll find some answers.
I a turtle totem? We'll find out.
bear man if he's a turtle.
I'm a turtle person. Turtle wolf.
I did like how you all had the clue of, you know, bear urine and there's a bear around here and etc. And the second you see the dude, it's immediately like, he's a turtle.
When you said the sharp smell, like I literally sat there and I was like, bear piss, bear piss, bear piss, bear piss, bear
You
piss.
shouted that in my chats in all caps.
And in
Might have.
Discord, yeah.
I did shout it in many different places. I was like, bear piss, bear piss, bear piss. Anyways, yes.
So next week we'll be back to have a chat with Barn. Until then, hope everyone had a nice time and enjoyed themselves, and is looking forward to more Moonkissed and then more Sunkissed after that.
Yeah.
Everyone on YouTube, thanks, and see you soon. Everyone on Twitch, we'll have a little bit of an outro with the theme song as per usual, and I'll send you off on a raid to go see someone. I think it's going to be Table Story because they're live and they do roleplay stuff too.
That they do.
No way.
So,
Table story. A story about tables.
everyone wave as we go to the art with the falling snow. And we'll see
We're
you all
the art.
next week.